the fourth installment of our streaming series, Mevo Cameras in the Mevo Ecosystem. I'm Jason Hoffman. My goal is to help you have the confidence to just press go live. I'm going to be able to show you the footage from the game we set up using this Mevo system. We have 2 Mevo cores and 1 Mevo start for this game. Audio was handled through our Rode Video Micro attached to the start. My Rode Video Micro doesn't really like my cores, sounds a little off, so I'll let the start do the audio handling, and it worked great. We streamed this game to YouTube in 1080, and data was taken care of by Starlink and 1 Slate travel router. So to the internet via Starlink, and all of our local traffic was handled by a Slate travel router. This particular setup had one of the Mevo cores aimed down the third baseline, the other Mevo core aimed down the first baseline, and for both of these shots, we picked up the pitcher-batter exchange, and we actually picked up some pretty good near outfield footage. Caught a couple of nice catches on these shots in the outfield. As a matter of fact, what we're going to see in just a few moments, you're going to notice a kid making a diving attempt for a catch when we're looking through the Mevo Start camera that's aimed at center field. You're going to catch that same view from one of the Mevo cores. I'll throw an arrow on the screen and you'll know that you've seen the same shot twice from 2 different camera views. All right. So our crossover between the 2 Mevo cores actually left us one small triangle of space we didn't have covered with any camera, so we put the Mevo Start aimed towards center field. The only area we couldn't get was the area just in front of the 375 sign in center field. And so the Mevo Start digitally cropped in as best it could for that area. It also gave us a pretty good view of first base on some of the throwovers, but that's going to be the one we chose for outfield view. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking you had 2 4K optical zoom cameras and you let the 1080 with digital zoom handle the outfield view. Yes, we did. And you'll see the footage of all of them, and you can tell me, could the Mevo Start do its job or could it not? Okay, so the footage you're going to see is going to be labeled as recorded, streamed, and program. The recorded was full bit rate from each SD card, pulled straight from the card. The streamed was pulled off of YouTube after loading it up on YouTube. So there's some processing happening, or having already happened, if you see streamed footage there. And then we had the recorded footage from the Mevo Multicam app. The Multicam app is going to give us a view of everything the stream gets, a switched view, so to speak, but it's going to be a little bit higher quality than what goes to YouTube because it hasn't been processed, a little lower quality than pulling it from the SD cards. I'll be honest with you, I use the program view that Multicam gives me quite often because I don't have to have 4K footage and I don't want to have to deal with pulling those images from the card, and this puts it right on my control device, gives me a mixed view, and I use it quite often. The transitions that we used in this game were set to crossfade at 0.3 seconds, and latency was set to high. Latency is one of those things that nobody thinks about until they see the message come across their Multicam app, and they think, why do I need to change to a higher latency? What does a higher latency even do? And what I tell people when I'm talking to them in a consultation is higher latency gives you a buffer. And usually most folks get it when you use that buffer word. And if they still need help, what helps me is if I see a throw happening over to first base and I'm a little bit late in choosing the first base camera, that high latency gives me some grace there. So he's turned his feet, he's begun the throw over, I hit the camera to go to first base, and I actually see the entire process because there's been a little bit of a delay, a little bit of buffer built in with high latency. It's helped me a lot because I can't pay attention. It's also helped a lot of times when my upload was a little bit weak, and so it gave more time to get all the data ready to go out to YouTube. The features that we can add in our stream with the Mevo Multicam app are fantastic. We can add graphics, we can add presentations from PDF, we can do countdowns and stopwatches, we can do overlays, all the things that would make your live stream more. Of course, you can stream out to Sideline HD or Game Changer. You can go straight to YouTube. You can do RTMP, or you can log in. I mean, all the different ways that you can stream for your baseball live streams, they've got it covered, and it's pretty well seamless. So the footage that you've been watching is the same series of events. A batter gets a base hit. The next batter moves him over. The next batter gets thrown at it first, but that's okay. The third batter, though, comes up, and he winds up knocking the base runner all the way in. That one's going to get a single, move up on the throw, and the runner that was on second is going to come across the plate. The recorded footage is just that one single shot. You don't see any camera switching there. You just see the batters as they come up and go in and out of frame. The streamed footage includes all of the camera angles, and as does the program footage pulled from multicam. And I have to say that using these multiple cameras in the Mevo app is seamless. It is incredibly reliable. Dare I say even easy. Little things like being able to adjust the window sizes by dragging this little slider, or use picture-in-picture, really add to the experience before we ever even start talking about the features that you get with a Mevo Pro subscription. If you need more features, you can pay by the month and get those other features. One thing I would like to see Mevo deal with is, as it relates to the two apps that they maintain. They've got the single camera app and they have the multicam app, and we still have features in the single camera app that we don't have control of in the multicam app. For example, setting our recording stream resolution or frames per second or bit rate. I get a little bit of control in multicam, but there's this page from the single cam app, and that doesn't exist anywhere else. You have to go into the single cam app to set those settings, and you're just trusting that they persist over back into multicam. I have to admit, this video feels a lot like coming full circle. So many of us started our live streaming journey with Mevo, and I still use it for baseball more than I use any other streaming base. What about you? Are you a Mevo only person in your live streams, or have you branched out into other software or even hardware for your setup?
That's awesome. That's terrible.